Welcome, everyone, to another enlightening Ascension Wisdom Conversations. It is brought to you by Galactic Ascension Academy at SheilaTillich.com. Yes, this is the time to awaken and live your soul's mastery. I am a Galactic grandmother, Sheila Tillich, and I invite you to relax and enjoy this time together as we discover our Ascension Wisdom Mastery. As souls, we have entered a higher dimensional reality as humans on planet Earth. This is the new energy consciousness. It has awakened our multidimensional spiritual DNA abilities, which are given to us by our galactic ancestors. Join me, dear ones, as we live at our soul's full potential, live in our wisdom mastery in this ascension time. I am your host, Reverend Sheila B. Tillich, and today we have a real treat for you. We have Marilyn Harper. She is an amazing soul and a divine being, and helps spread love and compassion to humanity in a very powerful way. She has been in my life since 2017, and truly my soul family. She is one of my personal mentors, teacher, and has helped me awaken and live my true purpose of love and compassion. I am truly honored and blessed to have Marilyn here today. Welcome, Marilyn. Welcome.
Oh, it's so nice to be here. I'm so excited. It's wonderful to see you. You are such a bright light. And I remember when we first met and in person and then over the phone. you know, you're just a delight, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh, thank you, Marilyn. It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing. So, okay, so everybody, I'm going to actually read a little bit about Marilyn so you know a little bit more about her. So, she has been called the Midwestern spiritual spark plug and the middler of the mystical movement. Marilyn is a renowned
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler. Okay, and the Bette Midler of the mystical movement. Marilyn is a renowned public speaker, facilitator, spiritual teacher, and a channel of Adironnda and the Council of Light. She is invited back again and again as a featured speaker at conferences, retreats, and workshops for her warm, authentic, and offbeat stories of personal transformation delivered in a way that's hilarious, heartfelt, and inspiring. Marilyn is an international recognized expert on the walk-in phenomena and is the creator of Holographic Healing, a 5-part certification course in alternative healing. She is also a Reiki master, a Karuna master, certified peak potential trainer, certified intuitive consult, and a quantum touch practitioner. In her work as a speaker, facilitator, and healer, Marilyn's goal is to provide full experiences and practical methods to help people laugh, love, and live the life they are here to live in joy, peace, love, and laughter. She is the divine link for Adironnda, a spokesbeing from the 17th dimension who help you learn to be the love that you are. Through Marilyn, Adironnda provides a loving and funny message that opens the heart for healing. She says, our purpose is to remind you of what it feels like to be held in unconditional love and gently assist in healing the heart for the betterment of humanity. Truly.
Wow, that's a lot. I can tell
That's
I need to shorten that bio.
And you are the Bette Midler, yes, of mystical movement.
Sorry about that. Probably a typo on our part.
No, Bette Midler. They get it. They get it. You are. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. You do so much globally for this planet. It's so amazing, all of the spiritual work and all of the energy work. And you're just an amazing person.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I just love helping people, recover from their old lives and move on and be the best that they can be and show the love and the mastery that they are as a soul. So I love what I do, and I love my connection to you and the Cryon team, and I am just so grateful. And you are my soul family. You are my soul.
Yes. Yes, I do know that. We
Yeah.
are definitely soul sisters, and I am honored to know you and connect with you again in this lifetime.
All right. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So, for my listeners, can you tell me a little bit more? What led you to this career? And at what moment did you realize this path, that the path that you were on? How
Well,
did you get there? That's a serendipity of it all. How did you get here? You know?
how did I get here? I
Yeah.
started out as a normal person. I was living in Springfield, Missouri, selling advertising for a country western radio station. I was deacon in the Christian church. I had been raised Christian and very active in religion and experienced a major transformation. Some would call that a walk in the 90s, early 90s, and woke up to that fact in 1996 and started on this spiritual path in 96. It somewhere along the line, I volunteered to go anywhere, say anything, do anything, as long as you can prove to me that your source moving through me or God moving through me. And I didn't realize at the time that I was actually volunteering to be a channel. Um, I I did guided writing, and now I teach channeling, but I did
Mhm.
guided writing at the time. And in my guided writing, they kept saying that my guides kept saying that I would be a spokesbeing, I would be a vessel, a link to the divine, and beings that are no longer in physical form would be communicating through me. And I didn't really believe that because I didn't believe in channeling. I mean, I threw Shirley MacLaine's book out on a limb away because I thought it was sacrilegious. And
I can relate.
oddly enough, it kept showing back up in my car. you know. So after a series of them trying to get my attention, energetically trying to communicate with me and things like that, then in 1999, I was not really present in my body. And I had done energy work. I was a Reiki master. I was an intuitive consultant, but I still didn't really believe in channeling. And I had a series of car wrecks and speeding tickets, and I was never hurt badly. But the last one, the universe, God, arranged for someone to come to me that could tell that I wasn't really present and knew what to do about it. And she was driving with me, and we almost hit another car. And she said, "Pull into that parking lot." And she knew how to set my conscious self aside and asked to speak to whoever was present. And that was Adironnda. And Adironnda was like, came through immediately and said, "Thank you. We have been trying to get this woman's attention for a long time." And she's an activator, and we are magnifying that activation energy. And it will happen in groups. And I had my first group like 5 days later. And it was so shocking to me because Adironnda was much, much different than I was. And I'd only seen one channel at that point, and they were much, much different than that channel messenger.
Mhm.
And I still wasn't sure if I believed in it. And so, but I followed the guidance, and I just did what I just got out of the way, you know, and followed the guidance and started doing private sessions and group sessions and did that by myself for 11 years, and honed the skills and worked a full-time job. And finally in 2010, um, I was working a full-time job and working doing private sessions at night and retreats on weekends and on my vacation. And I got the download for a retreat that I was supposed to do every month for 2 years. And I'm like, I'm tired. I can't do all this. And so I quit unless you send me some help. And I asked for help, and of course, whenever you ask for, the universe says yes, right?
Right.
And so they sent me my now present business partner, Joy Roby. And yeah, and so then we've worked together, as you know, for 13 years so far. And it has been one of the most amazing adventures of my life. We got involved with Cryon in 2012 and started traveling with him in 2015 and did, you know, we're there every weekend until COVID, and then we took it all online every weekend. And, it has just been this amazing adventure, and Cryon, Lee Carroll, he was actually, I think it was maybe 2015 or 2016. He said he was teaching a class and said, "Well, Marilyn, you have a step-by-step method of teaching channeling, right? Teaching people how to channel, right?" And I'm like, uh, well, yes, I do. And
I
so I
remember.
developed
I
one.
remember. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I remember.
So it was, so now I've got, 3 different levels of that. We've got a class coming up in Dallas, actually, the end of October 28th and 29th. And it's so amazing how the universe, how your life just flows, isn't it, Sheila?
Oh, absolutely. And you talk about your, how to channel and what you do. And I have been in many of them, and I was so amazed how much more my channeling abilities became stronger and stronger. And it also led me to what I do now, channeling the Galactic Star Mothers. I mean, I'm a galactic grandmother and that's what I do, but it was always there. And your classes that I've attended many of them when we were at the Cryon events just expanded my abilities. It's just unbelievable.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you for that. We always tell people that whatever level you're at, they will
Mhm.
take you to the next level. And if you're a
Exactly.
professional channel like you, they'll
Mhm.
still take you up to the next level. If
Right.
you are just getting started and don't really know quite what channeling is, it will take you to the next level. So,
Yep.
that's the exciting thing, is that everybody, the way I feel about teaching people how to channel is they don't learn my method, or they don't learn how to channel Adironnda. Um, they learn how they get their guidance and then how to amplify that through their own guidance, which is extremely helpful. So thank you. I remember seeing you in the classes and I thought, you're here again. Because every one they take, you have an activation, and
Right.
that activation is what brings you in to the next level. So that's pretty cool.
Exactly. Exactly. So can you describe what it is for you to see people channel for the first time? I mean, it's got to be so moving for you to watch people go through this process and waking up to their abilities.
It is so exciting. It is beautiful. It's uh, shocking sometimes. It's so amazing. In my channeling classes, I feel like a mother hen, with all of her little chicks, and they're
Well,
all
you
doing their
are.
thing. I know
You
it's
are.
it's so, I feel, because I can think of this one person that's been through our courses, and she's from Tennessee, and she talks like she's from Tennessee, got a real
Right.
southern kind of accent. And when she channels the elementals, and all of a sudden she sounds Irish.
Ooh,
And it's like, oh my goodness.
flipper card.
And-
Yeah.
yeah. And it's so powerful, because not everybody sounds different than they are in their regular world, but it's actually so powerful that that when they come into their own, when they step into their own power, when they step into their own abilities, and really have the conscious realization that their guides are communicating directly through them, or to them, depending on what their status is. And it's so, sometimes afterwards they almost seem surprised. I love taking someone in the classes that has never done it before. And
Right.
when we practice, they come in with the most profound information that their practice partner can confirm
Yeah.
that they needed to hear. That it's such clear information. It's the most beautiful experience. And I do feel a little protective of them and making sure they're great and wonderful. And I mean, I remember one fellow, I mean, he was very nervous, and he, I mean, he was a really great guy, but he was definitely not a communicator. And when I came up to him during the practice session and I said, because he was not speaking at all, and I said, you know, what are you thinking? I mean, what's coming through? And he
Mm-hmm.
says, fear. All I hear is fear, 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 fear. And he was thinking that it must have been his own ego, right?
Yeah.
Well, when the session ended, we found out that his practice partner had not been out of the house in 3 years.
Yeah.
She'd had a traumatic event 3 years ago, and she had not left her house because she was afraid to leave her house. And
Right.
so he was bringing in that exact information that she needed to hear, because he then eventually said, it's time to let go of your fear. And that he thought he was talking to him, but he was actually talking to her. And it's just so powerful when people, when their belief system can step aside and they
Exactly.
realize that the information that they're bringing through is truly divine, and it helps people understand their own life, helps people understand their path, helps people understand the energy, the frequency, the opportunity that they are creating. And that, you know, if there's, as you know, Sheila, if there's something in your life that you don't particularly care for, uh,
It's
then
gonna
it's
come.
time to create something differently. And
Mm-hmm.
because the universe just says yes to your every thought. And so it's just so exciting when to see people go from square one, some never even channeling before, or being a professional channel. And then after we have the experience or after the class, even as yourself, even the professional channels realize that they have new information. They have a new way to connect, a more expanded way to connect. So that's pretty
Abs-
cool.
Absolutely. And I really relate when you talked about that gentleman bringing the other person's fear through, and I'm a recovery metaphysician, and I have been working in the healing fields for years. And my whole practice is about, energy psychology and what happened the first 7 years of your life and all the imprinted stuff that was in your cellular memory when you came in. But your soul knew your true potential, and it wasn't until it's the right time. And that gentleman doing your classes is amazing, that he thought it was him when really spirit was saying, step up, you're helping this person go through her fear, and being the healer for her. And that's what we all are. It is going through the steps and really feeling the presence of God, whatever it is, the spirit. And I like how spirit lines people up. It's the right time, the divine time. A lot of people think that they're not ready for this, and they live in the fear of stepping forward. But once they step forward, so many things blossom. So many things happen for them, and you're such a great mentor to help people and realize that they have the power. They have the power, and he was there. No coincidence. He was there. He was there, and his soul was saying it's time to move forward. And what a gift that was for him. What a gift for you to be able to see that in all of your actual students. And I've seen you transform into a higher mentor and teacher to those people, over the years. And also like your holographic healing classes, and we were sharing before we started is that I first got in touch with you to start your holographic healing program back in 2017. And that's how I first met you. And now finally I'm going to be taking it. But there was all those things in between that spirit was having me experience so that I could be using it fully to the best of my ability and another new avenue for me. So I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited.
It is really exciting. And the holographic healing course that we have, I mean, it's surprising in the results that we're getting. And it's a 5-level course now. And and level 1 is about acknowledging the fact that the body actually responds to your own human emotion. And the body responds, and you're able to sense or see or feel inside of that body and accommodate areas that are in balance or out of balance just by kind of remotely viewing in the body. That level 2 is about combining, as the emotion. Every physical ailment has an emotional counterpart, and it's about discovering that emotional blockage or the emotional programs that led up to the imbalance in the body. And then level 3 is about purely remote viewing, being able to see, sense, feel, hear, know, look. I hesitate to use the word look because people think that they have to see it with their eyes open.
Mhm.
And sometimes people do, but sometimes people have a sensory experience or a knowingness. And so that level teaches people how to accommodate their own sensory innate abilities to be able to sense where the blockages are and how to, again, place them into a place of alignment. And then level 4 is about putting it all together. And 5 is certification. And it's so cool that, I mean, it started so simply. 2002, I believe it was. I was in an audience. I had just been channeling for a couple of years and was really not really sure what I was doing, but getting out of the way and bringing in the messages of Adironnda and the Council of Light. And I met Lee Carroll, who was the second channel I had ever met, and went to one of his groups up in St. Louis. And Lee talked about messages from the water and Dr. Emoto's work about how water responds to human emotion. And then I saw Crown Channel, and that was pretty exciting. And then I realized that, well, if water responds to human emotion, the body is water, so it could respond to human emotion as well. And that's where when I started sort of working on visualizations and energy to realign the body. I remember my first client, Holly, she was great. She had been diagnosed with scoliosis.
Mm.
And so we were actually working on straightening her spine energetically. And when we had done that, and she had gone back to the doctor to have things checked because she started having a little bit of a headache. And on the x-ray, it showed her spine was straighter, but
Wow.
that's what was putting pressure on her head. So I
Right.
thought, oh, well, I guess we need to stretch that cervical area up to
Mhm.
allow for the extra space in her spine. It was so amazing and so simple how it all started with holographic healing. And then I became so overrun really with clients that I thought I need to teach this and get other people doing it so I can refer people to other practitioners. And it is it's a powerful system, and it's a very simple system. Sheila, there's all kinds of alternative healing techniques out there.
Mhm.
This is one of them. And it starts simply, easily, and works with your own innate ability to rearrange the physical body based upon an energetic connection. I've worked with people with macular degeneration, uh, degenerated cartilage in their knees that we're going to have knee surgery. I've worked with people with tumors in their uterus or in their fallopian tubes and removed the tumors so they didn't have to have a surgery. I've worked with people with thyroid problems or a wide variety. And it's so, again, it's kind of like watching somebody channel for the first time.
I know.
So, I know it is. We all get so excited.
I know.
It's so exciting to see somebody that starts off, and before we do a session, um, we always ask, what's your level of pain? And they may say 5 or 6, or sometimes it's like 8 or 9 or 10. And
Mhm.
I always refer people to, don't hesitate to go to the doctor. We want to get a direct diagnosis. We want to
Mhm.
know exactly what it is that we're dealing with. And then when we're done with the session, or even after a few sessions, their pain level is down to a 1, and their things are showing up then in the x-rays. And it's just so exciting. I mean, golly, Sheila, we live in such an amazing time, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, we are the way showers. We are, the kind of paving the way, or a part of that paving the way, a part of that frequency that people are realizing, even people that are not metaphysical are realizing that they have the capability to do the things that the masters have done, to do the things that, Yeshua, Jesus, he said, we can heal you can heal yourself.
Right.
Somewhere along the line, we stopped believing that. I mean, and it's true, we can. And I mean, I never distract somebody from going to the doctor. That's not the point. I work with doctors and help them heal even faster.
Well, I want to share a story with you. I believe I've shared this before, but I want to share it with my audience. When I first met you in 2017, as I said, I contacted the Holographic and I wanted to do that. And then I went to the Cryon team, and my source was telling me that I needed to be part of the Lemurian Sisterhood because I had already done shamanic work in 2013 and stuff like that. So it was like part of the plan. But at the same time, when I hooked up with you guys in 2017, I joined the double digits. I mean, I loved it. And I remember so profoundly, and also my friend Jane, who is that I had just left the hospital. I finally crossed over from Western medicine just into holistic and new my practice. And I had just finished one of the classes that I teach. I'm a master integrated energy therapy trainer for the masters, but I just finished that class. And 3 days before, you had a channel right from Israel, right from the river. You were over in Israel. And 3 days before, I popped my knee out. I don't know how it happened, but I just finished my classes and it's like, this is crazy. And for 3 days, I was in such pain. And I was in my bed, in my pajamas, in the middle of the day, receiving your transmission from the Holy Land. And I got up and it popped back in. It's like right after your transmission, I said, yes. And I called my friend Jane in Minnesota. It's like, oh my God, Adironnda healed me. I can't believe it. It's like, it was wonderful. The power of energy that we have now. And it's like, we have to go through the fear. We have to stand in that and know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I knew where it came from. I knew it was the energy that was here, and I was part of this Lemurian Sisterhood for 5 years. And I'm so grateful for Amber Wolf. That really was part of my journey, building who I am now, to stand in that power. And it's all new energy that the divine set up for us, each and every one of us.
It is that energy. And that's so exciting to hear. I love that. We're going back to Israel this year.
I know, and I can't go on my schedule. It's like, oh, I wanted to go so bad.
Well, maybe another
I
time
will get there.
I will get but we were guided to go to Israel this year. And I know that there's all kinds of things going on between Israel and Palestine and all of that. And it's so there's not even any words to describe. I mean, you were on the other side of the planet. You were in bed listening to this transmission.
I could hardly walk. I was in so much pain for 3 days. It's like, what am I going to do? I can't even walk.
That is so amazing.
But
from Israel, we'll have to see if we can schedule a time for some kind of a group healing energy to go on while we're in Israel. And Master Yeshua facility, Yeshua, Jesus, has been on our council, from the beginning. And it's so powerful when he comes in directly. It's like, because the energy shifts completely. Exactly. And Yeshua is, the master teacher. And although he doesn't call himself the master, we do. And Jesus, I remember when I was in Israel the first time, I was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he came through directly, spontaneously, and said, our first name, our last name is not Christ. Our name is Yeshua ben Joseph of Nazareth. And so, although he used Joshua, because that's how they say it in Hebrew, but it's been so amazing when he comes through, especially in Israel. So it's going to be pretty significant. Wish you could be there, but another time.
I will get there. I will get there. It's like I'm just tearing up because I can feel them. It's like, whoa, this is so powerful. This is so powerful. I am just so grateful for you and of course Spirit to develop me and lead me, to your team, all the stuff that you do, and of course Lee and Monica and the whole team, and John and Kuna Clay, before she passed and stuff like that. It's like we're so connected, and I just absolutely love that, and I am just so grateful. So thank you for being part of my life. Thank you.
Thank you. And I would love to invite your audience to join our weekly messages on our website.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Adironnda.com.
Good. Mm-hmm.
And they can sign up for our weekly messages or really look it over and see if there's anything else. We give all kinds of free stuff away there. So, just thank you so much, Sheila, for everything that you do. And I love it. I did not know. I don't think I knew the story of you healing your knee when we were transmitting from Israel. That's so cool. So cool.
Yeah. So that's why I said the double digit's been part of my life from the very beginning. It's like, it's wonderful. It's like, it's family. It's full family.
It is. It's like once a month on the double digit of the month. Like the next one is 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, and it's so, it's fun. It's enlightening. And we have a guest. Well, we'll have to have you on one of these days, huh?
That would be wonderful. I'd love it. Oh, I love it.
We should get that set up.
I think so too. So I love people, helping them stand in their magnificence and their mastery. Who are they? Why are they here? it's to, walk in the divine passion, divine purpose of who you are.
Yes,
That's all.
it is.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So it has been wonderful having you. Is there anything that you'd like to say? Last thoughts for my audience?
Well, aside from checking out our website at Adironnda.com, ADIRONNDA.com, register for the weekly message. But besides that, I realize that the universe is your support system and that they're saying yes to your every thought. And all they ask of you is to be the love that you are. And that's who you are. And anything that seems to be separate from that is just that, separate from that love. So it's time to get to that core. And that's really all.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Marilyn. I love you. Thank you, dear sister.
I love you. Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for being with us. Namaste. Are you ready to ascend to new heights of consciousness? Are you ready to live your Ascension Wisdom mastery? Dive into the Galactic Ascension Academy, where cosmic wisdom meets spiritual evolution. Unlock premium courses with like-minded seekers. Join a community of awakened souls and experience monthly group healing sessions. Elevate your journey with Star Mother's activations, teachings, and meditations. Join the Galactic Ascension Academy today and awaken the Stardust DNA within you. The cosmic journey starts now.